Hello, everyone. This particular shoot here is the Quopow Powow, and this was actually shot during the July 4th weekend, so it's a little bit older. I just forgot to post it up, I guess. But this one, I was hired by my buddy, and we're renting my cameras. I have my C70 here. He's running my R5C. We're kind of running both. It doesn't really matter who uses what. It's just a bunch of interviews and a bunch of B-roll of the event that's happening, and it's a total new cultural type of experience there. There's Aaron. He is currently on the easy rig with my C70, but I'm actually on that rig all day. It's just this specific one that we kind of switched over to tripods. After like maybe 10 minutes, he was feeling lightheaded. I think he's not really used to, handheld that much, even though it's on the easy rig. So we just went all tripods for this one, just kind of keep things simpler. This specific interview type situation here was supposed to be more people, but I guess people didn't get the memo. I'm not sure, so we just do what we can, and we had the elders come speak, whatever they can speak. This is the little I don't know what to call it, the tribal grounds area here, the stadium, I guess, or the arena. And we are just, everyone's gathered here, and what happens is everyone has a camp, and they slowly get dressed and they travel to this area, and like I guess certain things happen. It's a lot that we've learned through these 2 days of productions, the cultural wise, and just kind of like not really on our end, maybe on our end a little bit. On day two, we just kept it simple and kept it on sticks all day. And if we want to go handheld, we just grab it and just film it real quick. No gimbal. It was mostly interviews anyways, so it made things a lot simpler. So that's what we did there. But overall, the experience was pretty cool. I did put a 360 camera there to get BTS, but I don't know if I'm ever gonna edit it, because that's a lot of editing, and I don't really want to like scroll through all that footage just to, find some good stuff. I don't know if there was any good stuff really, so it's not really that worth it in my opinion. We were using the guy who hired us, his Hollyland M2S, and those are pretty cool. They are definitely small. They're like about the lav size, and you could just clip it onto them and not worry about like needing a magnet or anything like that. I will say that if you want to keep it small but you're outside, you will have to sacrifice some wind noise. So either you put a fuzzy on it and then it doesn't look small anymore, or you just sacrifice the wind noise. And I don't know if we had a fuzzy. I definitely didn't have one that would fit that. I had one that fits my Hollyland, but not that one. This next shoot here is with Validate Films again. We're doing a bunch of interviews. I guess this is an interview video. But this one is just one location. It's not run and gun like the Quopow Powow. So we're just kind of setting up interviews for, I guess there was some sort of recognition for someone for his business. And they're just talking about the person. And I'm just running sound. For the most part, I'm kind of a stand-in because, our sound setup is pretty quick. And I just kind of sit there and have them set up the lights just so we can get it ready for the people to come in and interview. And it's just a normal setup. The boom overhead on a C-stand. I'm using the NTG3 just so we won't run into any RF interference. We are at Branson Hilton Hotel, so there could potentially be a lot of RFI happening, especially, with me running RFI stuff as well, or, transmitter stuff as well. So it was just basically the boom and the lav, and that was it. So real simple setup, and, the cameras didn't really change. Of course, people had different heights, so they would change the heights a little bit. They might change here and there, some flags, but not really that much. So it wasn't that crazy of a setup, honestly. It was pretty simple. So I actually fixed my cart before this day, or I guess for this day. My wheels, they keep falling off, and I decided to use JB Weld because my buddy told me about it. just to put my wheels in, so that like sacrifices the threads and everything. Just because I kind of want it permanent. I don't want it to wiggle anymore. I don't want the potential chance for the wheels to fall off. So I just use JB Weld. There's a gaffer, Mike. He's probably like the most well-known gaffer in town here that kind of does all the projects around here. We are running the reds. We're running a red Komodo and the red. Oh man, it starts for R, Ranger. So yeah, and we're running Rokinon Z lenses as well. Projects like these are pretty cool because you get to go to a space where you can have a lot of space for you really, and we can modify it however we kind of like. We are subject to whatever happens. Like we can't change the air conditioning vents because those are pretty loud in there, and the sun, obviously we're pointing right directly at the sun, so, or outside a window, so we can't change how the outside looks. But it was basically overcast all day, so it wasn't that bad. We were able to bring like carts in, to help load gear, stuff like that. Just like something like that is like the luxury of that is very nice. And if you ever get to that point where you can use a cart in any way, it's great. I am of course running my F3 as a backup again, running time code as always, and F3 is just always recording. The boom to the left and then the lofts to the right, and yep, it's just recording constantly for backup. I don't provide these files to the people or the crew, or I guess the producers, just because like they might get confused. I think I did that for a certain project and they decided to use it to sync it up for some reason, and it was just a really really long audio clip, and I was like, why are you guys using this when you just use the one that actually like recorded and stopped? So they get confused of that. So it's kind of set up as a backup, and if they ask like, hey, were you recording during this time or whatever, then I can just like tell them, yeah, I was. And here's the file. It's through time code, so you should be able to sync it up pretty easily. But yeah, that is about it. I have more office updates that I would like to bring to you guys, but I kind of want to wait till it's fully done. It might not be fully done by the time I do that, but who knows? I want to make a proper video for it. So I will see you guys next time.